Have you ever wondered why everyone else seems to have a mansion, but I don't? On Instagram, people are swimming in massive pools, eating breakfast in marble-lined living rooms. Meanwhile, I'm still boiling water for tea with a tiny electric heater. Some people have grand staircases. I have a dusty old bicycle parked under the stairs of my apartment building. But here's the funnier part. When we see those mansions, we always say, "One day I'll have one too." But when exactly is that day? Half of your paycheck disappears on rent, the other half on bills, and all that's left is barely enough for a sandwich. Why do we glorify the mansion dream so much? Because for us, a mansion isn't just a house. It's success, power, status, and, let's be honest, a good Instagram story. But here's life's little joke. Sometimes the Wi-Fi cuts out before you can even post that story. So today, I'll tell you why I don't have a mansion. But I won't just complain. We're going to laugh. We're going to reflect. Because sometimes the mansion we dream of isn't a building. It's our way of trying to fill the emptiness inside. Get ready, because this journey has both comedy and philosophy. As a child, my imagination had no limits. In my head, I pictured a massive mansion. The garden was so big that I'd get tired just running from one end to the other. Inside, there would be a football field, a basketball court, a private cinema, and of course, a giant game room, consoles, ping pong, billiards. I even imagined I could skateboard inside the house. No need for stairs, just ramps connecting every room. The funniest part is that I thought of the mansion only as an entertainment hub. No rent, no bills, no cleaning. It never crossed my little mind who would actually clean or heat such a gigantic house. I only believed in the simple equation: big house equals big happiness. But then reality came. In my current apartment, there's only one living room, and it's constantly at war between the TV and the kitchen. The TV says, "Turn me up louder," while the kitchen replies, "The kettle is boiling." It feels like I'm living in a United Nations peace conference. Maybe that's why childhood dreams are so pure. It's easy to dream big when you don't know the real costs. For me, the mansion was simply the name of happiness. But as I grew older, I realized it's not about owning a mansion. It's about feeling like you're already living in one. A mansion, in truth, is not just a building. Those tall walls, massive gates, and grand halls are far more than bricks and mortar. They are symbols, reflections of achievement, of conquering life's endless challenges. Since childhood, every person dreams of more. Luxury cars, spacious homes, lavish tables filled with abundance. But as we grow older, reality strikes. We begin to realize that the path between dreams and reality is much harsher, much longer than we ever imagined. And that's when the real question emerges. Are we truly chasing those dreams, or are we settling for the smallest crumbs of comfort that life throws our way? Perhaps a mansion is not merely the symbol of wealth, but also the symbol of an unbroken will, the refusal to surrender. As a teenager, I used to think, one day I'll live in my own mansion and set my own rules. But as I grew older, I realized that the obstacles weren't just financial. Society itself is a form of pressure. Friends, relatives, social media. Everyone's gaze, comments, and expectations weigh on you. Don't have a mansion? Then you're not successful. This phrase may not sound harsh, but it can crush a young mind's dream of freedom. Every young person dreams of their mansion, yet societal rules and expectations measure, weigh, and limit those dreams. I refuse to accept those measures, Because a mansion isn't just a building, it's a symbol of dreams, freedom, and courage. Reality often collides with our dreams. When I started my first job, I saw my paycheck and thought, okay, maybe someday. But I did the math and realized that it would take over 1,000 years of work to afford a mansion. The irony is that in a world where everyone tells you to chase your dreams, I found myself trapped between dreams and reality. Credit cards, bills, rent, living expenses. Each one a small wall blocking my path to grand ambitions. But I learned this. Financial challenges don't just delay dreams. They test our creativity, strategy, and patience. Perhaps a mansion isn't acquired solely through wealth. It's earned through wisdom, effort, and persistence. Some people sip coffee by the pool while I'm stirring a pot in my tiny kitchen. They light fireplaces. I struggle with my electric heater. Sometimes I think maybe life gives us these small struggles instead of a mansion, so our sense of humor can develop. Balcony, pot, old TV, each a mini adventure. And I realized happiness isn't in a grand house, it's hidden in small details. Conversations with neighbors, watching the sunset from a balcony, the melancholy in the pages of an old book. That's the real palace, built from small joys. A mansion isn't merely bricks and concrete. It's the manifestation of our dreams, a reflection of our courage and determination. Perhaps that's why sometimes a small apartment teaches us more than a mansion ever could. It teaches patience, imagination, and the value of life. And here's the real lesson. The mansion isn't out there. It's within us. Wealth, happiness, peace. All of these are not hidden in a house with 1,000 rooms, but in our hearts and imagination. I don't have a mansion, but I do have dreams, and perhaps one day I will. But living today, appreciating small joys is also a form of owning a mansion. The answer is simple. I don't have a mansion because life is teaching me more important lessons. Patience, perseverance, humor, and imagination. That is true wealth. And one final message. You are building your own mansion too. Big or small doesn't matter. What matters is that it contains peace and happiness,